When the 3DS released in 2011, it came with a lot of pre-installed applications and games. One of them was StreetPass Mii Plaza. It's a collection of games that use StreetPass. It has received a lot of updates since 2011 that added new modes and games. StreetPass is based on Bach mode from Nintendo's on the DS. It sends and receives data from other DSs around you to give you stuff in-game. Different games had features similar to this on the DS, but the problem with it was that you had to be on the game for it to work. With the 3DS, it was made into a feature that came with it by default. Since it's built into the system, you can use it even if you're not playing the game. It even works when the 3DS is closed and in sleep mode. When getting on StreetPass Mii Plaza, you get an introduction that explains how the game works. This game has you collect Miis people have made on their 3DS by walking by them. The first thing it has you do is select a Mii you would like to send to anyone who walks by you. You can choose if you want to show the creator's name when someone gets your Mii. It also has you type a message to send to anyone who receives your Mii. After that, you're sent to the Mii Plaza. The plaza has its own music, and how many Miis you have changes the music. You can add more stuff to your Mii if you want to, like hats, and you can make a bio. The bio has you put whether you like dogs or cats, what's your hobby, and what's your dream. Whenever you receive a new Mii from StreetPass, the light on your 3DS turns green to show you that you got one. After that, you go to the plaza gate where you receive that message. The Mii also shows what their favorite game is. They hold it up so you can see it. You're also able to get multiple Miis at the same time. They follow you until you play every game or choose to get the new Miis you received. There's a lot of games that were added to StreetPass Mii Plaza after its release, but I'll focus on the first two. The first one is Puzzle Swap. Puzzle Swap has you collect puzzle pieces to make a 3D picture. You get pieces by getting Street Passes, and the goal is to get enough to make a full picture. When you start it, you get an introduction, and also a puzzle piece from a board. The puzzle piece varies depending on what your region is. The people you walk by show up as travelers in the game to give you puzzle pieces. The game is pretty much a collectathon where you try to make every puzzle. When you go to collect a piece, you can get more than one if the person you walked by had multiple pieces. Or you could choose to start a new one. You can also use play coins. You get 1 play coin for walking 100 steps, and you can only get a max of 10 a day. It works by using the 3DS's built-in pedometer. For this game, you need 2 play coins to get a puzzle piece. One of the puzzles can't be fully seen. The Samus puzzle can't be fully seen since it's cropped in the files. Normally for the images, they are cropped so the full image can be seen on the 3DS, but the Samus one isn't, so it's cut off. Once the puzzle is completed, you can see it in 3D. They also move and show animations. There were updates that added more puzzles you can get. There's a total of 63 puzzles and 1,878 puzzle pieces you can get. Pink puzzle pieces were added that are able to give you multiple pieces, which is good for very large puzzles. There were also unique puzzles made. In August 2012, there was a McDonald's puzzle added to it that was given to people who visited McDonald's in Japan. There was later another one released in the EU in September 2015. There was also an extremely rare puzzle that was given to people that visited an ANA airport in Japan. It was only available for a few months. This was actually found on July 3rd, 2024, and was modded in so people would be able to 100% puzzle swap, since there was almost no other way to get it. This has a ton of documentation online, with there being images and videos of every puzzle. The next game, Find Me, or StreetPass Quest in the EU, is really different from this. Find Me, or StreetPass Quest in Europe, is the second game that comes with StreetPass Mii Plaza. It has you gather heroes, fight ghosts, and collect special hats for your Mii. You get heroes from StreetPass. The story starts with your Mii as a king who rules the land. Your Mii is tired and decides to take a royal nap. Then they hear a noise, and the lights turn on to reveal they're in a cage. Then a couple of ghosts carries your Mii away, so your Mii has to wait until some heroes come to rescue them. You have to gather Miis via StreetPass to make an army to go save your Mii. You can also use 2 play coins to hire a cat to go save them. You can have up to 10 Miis or cats. Each hero is different, and their favorite color changes what magical abilities they have. Black darkens the room, which can help damage certain enemies. Brown summons a random bunny hero that can either be more powerful than the character you have, or weaker. Light blue freezes every enemy, allowing you to hit them multiple times until the ice breaks, which helps a lot. Green doubles the level of the next hero. Blue summons water that damages all the enemies in the room. This does extra damage to certain enemies. Light green puts all the enemies to sleep and allows you to get extra hits. Orange invigorates heroes, which lets them attack more, and sometimes do spells twice. This stays for the whole battle. Pink gives heroes daring, which makes them always get a critical hit. Purple poisons every enemy in the room, so they take 1 damage every turn. Red does fire magic that damages every enemy, with it doing double damage to certain enemies. White lights up a room, which is needed for a certain room, and does double damage to Reapers. Yellow makes a sandstorm that makes it hard for heroes to land a hit, and clears poison gas. In this game, the Miis and cats don't actually get hit. They get scared and run away. There's some strategy to it since you can switch between Miis while playing, and choose to attack or use magic. They also have different levels they can be, with 7 being the max. There's also a variety of enemies that need specific abilities to be used on them to beat them easily. Some of them even have shields that need a Mii that's the same color as it to destroy it. Every time you start the game, you get a different message. A lot of them are tips on how to beat the enemies you're against. You also unlock hats for your Mii to wear every couple of rooms. When you get to the second to last area, you enter a dark room and all your Miis or travelers run away. You need a white shirt Mii to use a light spell to brighten the area. If you don't have one, then you lose all of your army, and if they're in the middle of the line, you lose the first half of them. After you make it to the last room, you fight a knight in armor that has a lot of health. After you win, your Mii is free from the cage, and they thank the heroes. Until a hand comes in from off screen and takes them. Then there's a cutscene that shows your hero look at the ultimate ghost, take a couple steps back, and flee. If you lose and start the game again, the intro shows your Mii being held by the ghost. After you win, the ghost disintegrates, and your Mii thanks the heroes for their help. After the credits, a treasure chest appears and gives you the regal crown. After winning, you can restart Find Mii to get more hats. After you beat the game a second time, you unlock Find Mii II, the sequel to Find Mii. To play it, you either have to download the data using StreetPass or update the game. Now I have to go over Find Mii II. Find Mii II is different and is a more expanded version of Find Mii. When you start it for the first time, you get an introduction. Everything seems the same as the first one, until the prince walks in and says he's going to help some local peasants in the fields. Then the princess walks in, saying she is going to tutor the children in town. Then your Mii says that now that they're all in one place, they share a rather strong family resemblance. Then the lights go black. Then they're all in cages being carried off by slimes. After that, your Mii says that they're being separated and are being taken to different places, but says to save the prince first. After that, you can select venture forth. You get messages similar to the first one, but from the Mii you're saving. They also give you tips. After that, you start the game. There's some new stuff added, like being able to make teams and get potions with play coins. There's 4 potions you can get. The first one is a Vial of Valor. This calls back 3 heroes that left, but after a potion is used, the Mii that used it gets tired and leaves, so you only get 2 more. This is 8 play coins. The second one is a power potion that boosts the hero's levels a lot. It brings a level 1 Mii to level 4, but it only lasts for that room and ends when you run out of heroes. This is 20 play coins. The third one is the Dispelling Draft. This gets rid of the gas enemies release that can reduce the damage you do and even level down the heroes. This is 2 play coins. The last one is Bottled Barrier. This nullifies enemy magic. This is also 2 play coins. After you order one, a StreetPass bunny appears and gives you your order. These portions make it so you can play for a while until you run out of play coins. In order to make a team, you need Miis on your team that are either similar colors or analogous colors. When they team up, the level increases a lot and can do combo attacks. It also makes magic stronger, but only if they're the same color, since they both need to be able to use the same spell. Similar to the original Find Me, you also need to use spells to get past certain rooms, but with the sequel, you need 2 Miis of the same color, and they need to be able to do the correct spell. Poison can be removed with a sandstorm, and fire can be removed with water. This can make it so you lose a ton of Miis, since you might not always get the Miis you need for it, and this can happen multiple times in a playthrough. Find Me II is also a lot longer, and has different paths you can take. Some paths are locked, and need keys to open them, but getting keys is difficult, with some needing multiple playthroughs to get. You also get hats every couple of rooms. After you save the prince, he thanks you for the help and tells you to save the princess. After you save the princess, she thanks you for your help and tells you to go save the king. After you make it to the boss, you face the ultimate ghost, the same one as the first one, with the exact same entrance scene. After you win, your Mii celebrates being free, until something flies down and grabs them. This is the Dark Lord, and it wants to swallow up all the light and plunge the world into darkness. After that, the ghost spews level down gas, decreasing all of your heroes' levels. You can get rid of it with a dispelling draft. After you win, the ghost explodes and disintegrates. You then get congratulated by the royal family that shares an extremely strong family resemblance that makes it look like it's the same person, just in a wig. After you win, you get the princess crown. Then this would be where a game would normally end, but not for Find Me II. After you win, you unlock Secret Quest, which is more difficult, but this has more paths and hats you can unlock. I now understand why the Miis in Tamagotchi Life are obsessed with getting new hats. After you win again, you unlock the princess's crown. Since there are keys you need to get that require beating and restarting the game, in order to unlock everything, you have to play at least 3 playthroughs of the normal version of Find Me II, then at least 10 playthroughs of Secret Quest to get everything. I did 4 playthroughs for this video, each about an hour long. This is why I chose to not go over all of them in a single video. And the games added to StreetPass after this one are even longer. After you start your 3rd playthrough, you unlock the Helper Hat, and you can see locations where there are new hats you can get. The Helper Hat makes the game a lot easier, and gets rid of needing a same color Mii to do stuff, if you have enough play coins. There are also some obscure facts. Find Me got a stage in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, Wii U, and Ultimate. This is the boss room from Find Me II, and the boss appears on the stage. The boss can either level down characters, or even level them up. Apparently almost all the text is slightly different between the Europe and US release of the game. I'm not sure why there's a difference. There are probably 2 different translation teams, one for Europe and one for America. There are some unused hats in the files. These were found in version 1 of the game. The first one is a purple version of Mario's hat. Unsure if this is supposed to look like Waluigi's hat, or if it was unintentional. The second one is a red version of Luigi's cap that pretty much looks the same as Mario's hat, but with an L. One thing I found out while making this was that they changed the shading on the Miis. If you look at the first version of StreetPass Mii Plaza and compare it to the new version, you can see that the shading on the Miis is different. That's all for this video. I plan on making a second part to this eventually. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Goodbye and have an amazing day.